Welcome to another vlog, guys. We've actually come down to the Gold Coast, me and Brett. Brett's the guy with the jzx90, down here at Dory Junkie Imports, who's also got a 90, but he's got like a comp-ish spec 90. Brought mine down here. Mine got a little bit hot on the way down here, so we're trying to sort of diagnose what's going on, because it actually got hot on the highway, but then when you stop, the car goes back to temperature. It's a really weird thing. And then it was sort of hot, and then I turned the air conditioning off and turned the heater on for a second, and temp automatically dropped back to like normal running temperature. So it's a really weird situation that's going on with my jzx90. It has a brand new radiator, brand new water pump, brand new timing chain, and a brand new thermostat in it. So whether, you know, they didn't do the thermostat when they said they did or something, but it's on the paperwork I got with the car. So I'm gonna have to sort of try and get to the bottom of it, really, because I definitely don't want this doing weird temperature stuff, especially if I'm going to go bigger turbo and stuff. And I need to find out, you know, if it is head gasket, obviously we need to change the head gasket out, or, you know, we need to find the issue, because I don't want a freaking overheating car. So, and it didn't, like, it wasn't spewing out water or anything. It was just on the standard gauge, it was going up near the red bit. So, and it's sort of, you could smell it like a little bit. You could smell that it was hot, although we were in a lot of traffic on the highway, so it could have been somebody else's car. So anyway, we're gonna have a look around here, see what jzx90 goodies we can get. I'm actually here to pick up a left-hand front quarter panel. You see, my quarter panel's actually bent, so I'm picking up a new left-hand front quarter panel, and we'll be able to replace that. But while you're here, you know what I mean, you may as well bring some money down, because there might be some more spicy bits we can find. So if you look at his jzx90, thing is very spicy. So yeah, this place is a dangerous but good place, so we'll see what we can find. All right, so we do have a guard, which I knew you had a guard. Any chance of one of these? Another one of them?
I'm gonna go look in the other pile storage for some of those.
Oh.
We've got some 90 stuff hidden away.
Oh,
yep.
Where? Let's go.
Keep all the good stuff hidden.
You're meant to be selling the good stuff, but fresh guard, no dents, good. Oh, it doesn't have a hole for the indicator thing like the other one does.
Yeah, that's a compliance thing. So in Japan they don't have that.
Stupid Australian compliance.
Yeah.
Why do they need that when they had a light here? That's so stupid. Like, anyway, yeah. That's frustrating.
It is.
Yeah.
So you need another guard with no hole.
Maybe.
Yeah.
You have some, do you?
Oh, I do, yeah.
No. Be right. Straight on the upsale. What else you got?
For
You got a
90s.
Falcon. No, it's a pretty sick Falcon.
Yeah, she's pretty sexual,
Yeah.
let's say.
Yeah.
Quite nice.
Ready for Speedway. Those
You've
tyres.
got inkies, mate, with, you know, eagers, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, yeah.
Eagers. Yeah, bro.
It's back in your era, mate.
Very much.
Alright, we'll have a bit more of a look, dig around. So, we've got the quarter panel, and I just wanted to check the water on this before we go, just to make sure, but it's only taken a couple mil, like probably 500 mils of water. So it's definitely not low, so I don't know. My fingers are crossed that it's like a faulty temp gauge or something. That's my hope. If it's a faulty temp gauge, then I'll sort of cook them with gas, I reckon. But I don't know. Need to get this fixed at some point, and either get the door fixed or another door, and these dents in the back fixed. I don't know. These are a hard car because there's not a lot of aftermarket. You'll either go like pretty much leave it like it is, or go extreme with it. But when we get back to my house, we'll go over Brett's car a little bit, because he does have a jzx100 lip kit on his, which looks pretty cool, so might be worth a look at. All right, we gave it a long bleed and did get a massive air bubble out, so we'll see when we drive home from here whether it still does it or not. Fingers crossed it doesn't though, and yeah, get going, go pick up Scarlett. You ready?
The pushing water and all that just seems a bit weird.
Cross the lanes.
Yeah, that's a bit better view.
Shit. off his head. I think a few people by the looks of it were on the phone to cops, so I didn't bother just film him in case anything does come up and he does cause an accident. We can obviously give that footage to the coppers if needed. But that guy was off his head, like fried. I saw him coming up behind us, that's why I moved over all of a sudden. And yeah, as soon as he got past us, like swerving all over the place. Times like that, you wish you had the Raptor. Just a bit of a bump. Just give him a little bump off the road. Anyway.
Public pit manoeuvre.
Yeah, a bit of a pit manoeuvre to take him out, stop him from hurting anybody else, because that's what I'm worried about more than anything. I was hoping he'd just crash into the wall by himself, but he nearly took out that eye load. So, yeah, anyway, alright, we're going back to have a bit more of a look over Brett's jzx90 to get more ideas for this one, because he's already told me about something funky with the center console, so. Alright, so we're back home now, and this is where we get to do a little bit of comparison. I get to get a little bit excited about things I can possibly end up doing with mine. But we've got Brett's here, which is fairly crazy Mark II, and then obviously you got mine, which is more of a, yeah, mine's basically stock, so gonna have a gaze at both. Alright, start with basics. I think he said, you reckon the headlights are different?
Yeah, they definitely look different. Like,
oh yeah, inside the light I can see, yeah, mine's got regular, and yours has got different globe things.
yeah.
So, mine might be genuine, because yours do look a bit cheap.
Yeah,
No offense, yeah. See on the bottom of them, they're sort of like weird, and then the bottom of these are more like a factory style. Mine might be the genuine ones. Well, if they are, thank you, old owner. Oh, actually, I've had these headlights when I had it before. You've obviously got aftermarket bonnet. So one of the cooler things I like about Brett's car is, so is that Series 1 or 2 lip? You know, or you don't know?
Everything on it is 100 Series 2.
Alright, so
all I could possibly buy.
Series 2 JZX front lip. So you can see mine's got a factory lip, which I actually quite like my factory lip.
Ridiculously rare.
There you go, very rare. That's part of what I found out. Very, very rare front lip. So I'm keeping my front lip. Mine's got nothing on the sides, but Brett has, what are they? They are JZX100 side skirts.
All you've got to do is back here, trim from there to there, so it's like 4 or 5 mil.
Yeah.
And they slip straight on.
Yeah. Cool. So if anyone knows of any JZX100 side skirts, I want some. I really want some. And then that's a...
Rear lip doesn't fit, so it does fit once you screw it all through, but
it comes up short.
It's an inch short either side.
Yeah.
There's really nothing you can do. You can go full aftermarket, but it was $400 just for a rear skirt. So it is, it's not cheap to get body kit parts for a 90. Pretty much unless you go full aftermarket. I think
stuff
is about your only choice.
I think I'll be happy with just the skirts on mine. Like the rear doesn't look a whole lot different with the lip. Like
I think out of Russia with KFD, I think they do the
pods,
fiberglass rear pods.
Yeah. Which
will give you at least that, 2.5, 3 inch drop at the back and get it to taper up to the arse. A bit more like a jzx90.
Yeah. So another
100 side skirts and keep your front lip, because as
very rare.
Replace that, bro.
Yeah.
At all.
So one of the more interesting things is Brett's got Series 2 tail lights. I've got Series 1. Apparently these are the bee's knees, because these are LED, right?
Yeah.
There's another JZX90 Mark II guy who has a pair of these, has a set of these for sale, but I can't really justify $500 on tail lights right now.
3 years ago, 600 for the taillights, 400 for the center garnish.
Oh no, this guy's got a full set for 500 and something. So
$1,000 worth of taillights, dude.
Well, maybe I might get some then, so I can be flash like you. But yeah, they definitely are a cooler looking tail light than the Series 1. But it's much of a muchness. They still
yours aren't.
Look cool.
So mine was so faded and crazy cracked. I've got photos, close-up photos. It just like spider webs through
junk.
all of it. Oh, yeah, dude, they were absolute rubbish.
Mine's obviously twin exhaust rear for whatever reason. It was like that when I originally owned it as well. Well, you've got a single system.
Yeah.
What are some other differences? you've got
So
rear strap brace in here. Oh, you got jzx100 rear seats as well.
Yep.
Ah. And he's just
They
caged.
do actually bolt directly in. It's just it's hard for them to tuck with the roll cage. So
Oh, okay. Yeah, but
because of where
a
the bar
normal
goes
one.
down, it's not gonna fit properly.
Yeah, but a normal
they do
one would fit.
direct bolt in. Yep.
Yeah. Ooh. All right. So maybe I'm looking for some 100
Five-piece
seats.
floor mats from Japan. Another $600 worth of floor mats. Like,
Look, I've been looking at mine, and the floor mats are a bit janky, but I'm like, yeah, I'm not that keen.
Yeah.
No, I'm not $600 keen. I have seen the bride sets for this.
yep.
So, oh, I wonder if that's from the Russian company. You reckon that's from the Russian company, that roof wing?
That's a D-Max one.
Oh, I want a roof wing.
A legit
roof wing is something I definitely do want. Your guards were custom done.
Yep.
So these are actually steel guards with a custom vent on it. And then you've got bigger brakes as well, yeah?
UCF20 Celsius brakes, 4-piston.
So common JZX bigger brake setup, but other than that, cosmetics wise, you've kept it with just the JZX stuff really.
But don't forget your double cup holder.
Oh, so this is what I needed to suss out. So this is actually from a JZX100, and or did you just have to trim it a little bit?
I don't know.
Yeah.
He already had it in. It doesn't fit super great, but
Yeah.
it's got a double cup holder, so I mean,
Ooh, so
that's got to be worth extra points.
yeah, that might have to be a conversion, because that's one thing Tiana complained about pretty much instantly, is the fact that mine only has a single cup holder. So we might have to do the JZX center console upgrade. And what else? But you've got Haltech and all that. Yours is still an auto cluster, I
Yeah,
see.
still an auto cluster.
Yeah.
If you look in behind it, it's got like 82,000 Ks on the clock.
Yeah. And then, yeah, I guess we'll crack the bonnet on both of them now and just have a look at some of the differences, and I can get even more keen for a single turbo setup. I can tell you guys I have ordered a manifold, so I do have a manifold on the way, so I'm really looking forward to that, and I am having a chat with some guys on Friday about a turbo setup, so should be single soon, boys. So we popped the bonnet and already started talking crap already, so we'll wind back a touch. But one of the cooler things, obviously, big spoolie boy, that's cool. I like the engine brace. Are they really necessary on these?
Yes and no.
Do they kill engine mounts or anything, or is it more
Oh
just
yeah, they will kill engine mounts. Mainly because of the on-off throttle nature of drifting. Obviously, you don't want your whole drivetrain twisting sideways.
Yeah.
And with the T56, there's not a lot of tunnel room. So if they do twist, it will slap the tunnel. So try and eliminate as much twist as possible.
Where do your breathers go? It's got breathers that head
Bluetooth.
Bluetooth. They just
Bluetooth.
head down into the guard.
Fuck yeah.
Oh, she won't rust. Yeah.
No, I've got so I have a billet catch can set up to go up in this pocket, but I kind of hate the way it looks, and I don't want lines running off across the front of the car. I just wanted to keep them out of the way. So in the 4 years I've had the car, I've never had any oil come out of it. So
Yeah.
I mean, they don't blow oil.
Yeah.
JZs aren't known for pushing oil,
Yeah.
which is another good thing. Forward-facing intake manifold that they have from factory will support 1,000 horsepower.
Yeah.
So you
And then one
don't
thing
need
you
to go crazy.
just pointed out, yours has been cut down. Why?
Yeah.
So mine obviously. So is this traction control stuff?
Yeah. So you've got the ETCS, the snow mode, all that crap. 99% of the time, everyone deletes all of this, and you just go with a short throw. Also allows you to run your intercooler piping completely different, so it's not super tight and tucked right beside your rad.
Yeah.
Because funnily enough, the heat transfer from that to that, if you feel that pipe,
Yeah, it'd be hot.
Oh dude, you can't really touch it. So just little things like that keeping the cooling good on a JZ is a big deal. But also don't be afraid if they get up around the 100-ish degree mark. They kind of change their attitude when a JZ gets up to the 100, 110 mark. The exhaust note changes, they rev differently. Like it's a really, really weird phenomenon. But a hot JZ actually, like, they really punch. But they don't like consistent heat, obviously.
So I know you've obviously got aftermarket ECU. What's that? Is that an igniter or something?
Yep.
Ah, so that makes sense. But would I still keep that if I go aftermarket ECU? Or does that
No.
depend? Because you've gone different coil packs? Or
delete that and go to... There's a big argument between Yaris coil packs, which I run, and two of my mates that run 35 GDR coil packs.
These, I believe, are brand new 2J ones, I think.
Well, that with probably an igniter upgrade, could see you probably do quite fine. I think the biggest thing with coil pack upgrades is just your longevity. I mean, if you wanted to go to E85, stuff like that, you want a bit stronger spark. You want to widen your boost levels up, you need a bit stronger spark. So, and not having to worry about an igniter box, having it run direct from the ECU is probably, you know, generally a better thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, your choice of coil packs is literally 35 GDR coils or run Yaris coils.
Yeah. Are they all necessary for what I'm aiming for, which is sort of the 450-ish?
Not really, but if you're going to go to an aftermarket ECU, you might as well go to a good compatible set of coil packs. And they don't die that easy. Like,
yeah.
I mean, they're a good quality coil pack, especially the factory Yaris ones. Just don't get the cheap China ones. They only last about 6 months before they die.
Yeah.
I learnt that the hard way.
So one of the other things I was talking to Brett about is obviously he's got a clutch fan in here, and I've got this horrible thermo fan set up, which unfortunately the chick that owned it before me they charged her a fortune. $560 they charged her for the shroud. She spent $700 on the Koya Rad, which is fantastic. Koya Rad's great. But then the fan isn't even mounted to the shroud, it's actually mounted to the radiator, so that shroud really does absolutely nothing. It literally wouldn't do anything because you're sucking after the fact. The whole point of the shroud is to suck through the entire radiator, and that won't happen with the way it's set up. So she got charged fairly big money. At the same time, she did timing belt, water pump, thermostat, and a few other bits and pieces that she had done just before I got the car, and she'd probably spent half of what I paid for the car in repairs just before I got it, like within a month, I'd say. Was it about that?
Yeah, a month or 2 months.
Within a month or two. So unfortunately the shop that she was taking it to they were great mechanics, but they were more like what do I say, technicians. They broken part, replace it, and then coming to a car like this, you can't just jump onto the Toyota catalogue and order parts, and they basically didn't necessarily know what they were doing and charged fairly substantial money for stuff that was completely unnecessary. Like, that's crazy. $560 for that shroud that does nothing anyway because it's the wrong way around.
It's mental.
Yeah, and it's like, it's only a $120 fan, so it's just a super cheap fan. So
The thing is, I'm pretty sure with these radiators you can actually buy a suitable shroud anyway.
for an electric for JZX, probably.
Well, just for anything, like if you buy a Koya radiator, they've already got the provisions for a shroud to be bolted to.
Exactly.
I'm pretty sure they make one, and you can choose, you know, whether you want like twin 10-inch spals or a 12 or a 16-inch or whatever you want to go. I'm pretty sure that they actually have those as part of their catalogue.
Yeah. But
I know Phoenix and that.
I think my aim is going to be to run a factory, ideally a factory one. Does it have the provisions on that? See, it doesn't look like it. No, I mean for the shrouds. It doesn't look like it has the provisions for the screws, unless we can't see them because that shroud's in the way. I wonder if it has them. It's really hard to tell from here.
We could make it work though.
Yeah. So I think I'm going to go for a clutch fan setup. I like clutch fan setups much more than thermo fan setups. I don't think I'll be able to fit EL Falcon fans down in there. If I could fit EL Falcon fans, I would stick with electric because EL Falcon fans are ridiculous.
But see the way your rad setup is.
Yeah.
Have a look at the way mine is. Because of where the fan sits, because the fan is offset to your engine, That's going to shift it right over. I don't actually know whether we're going to get the clearance without modifying everything. Because your air pipe comes down there. Look at where your radiator hose comes.
I did that.
Yeah, but your radiator hose comes out right there, which... have a look at mine. Mine's at the bottom of the radiator and comes in and up.
Yeah.
So, slight differences, but mine's are... Is that a 100 or a 110 rad in that one?
Because these, so JZX90s aren't normally necessarily, well, are they normally clutch? Some are, I guess some were clutch. Majority of JZX90s and JZX81s as well were actually a hydraulic clutch fan, which is really weird, and I don't know why Toyota kind of did that. There must have been some reason, but...
Well, the thing is, it does also move, so the way the hydraulic's set up, where it bolts in, it puts your fan dead center of your motor.
Yeah.
Because it shifts everything across, but then you've got all these extra lines coming in, and it actually looks really atrocious when you look at the front of the motor.
They do. With the hydraulic stuff, they look disgusting.
Absolutely horrible.
So this, I thought this dint here was a dint, but yours has the same one.
Yeah.
So that's a factory.
It's identical. Yeah.
Or is it just, they...
Oh,
that weird. I wonder if that's a factory thing. I reckon they've just been dinted in the same spot. That is so weird. Anybody else that has a JZX90, let us know. Is that dint factory? Like that? But yours like goes across that way and mine goes the other way. I wonder why. That is so random. Maybe we should have got a third JZX90 here to compare. I can't see any reason why that dent's there.
Be pretty hard to get 3 90s all together.
I nearly had a third one here. I nearly had a third one to come down. Anyway, that's a few of the difference between these two cars. I've got aircon and Brett doesn't.
Race car life.
Black car in this heat that we've got here in Queensland right now. Not so smart. But I'm ordering some corner lights soon. I'm obviously going to put this new quarter panel on at some point very soon as well. Probably wait till the corner light comes and do it all at the same time. But there's some other little bits that I'm actually going to go inside and do an order with. Yeah, trying. Yeah. So the new quarter I've got has the little light, which I love.
Michael's got spares, just not...
He does have spares, he just didn't have them at his shop today.
Yeah, he kept in his secret stash.
And yours never had them.
Things.
Yeah. Well, they probably got filled.
No, well, I think mine, with a lot of the stuff, because if anyone doesn't know, this was an LX shell. The reason it was based on an LX shell, A, no ABS, so don't need to do ABS delete. Better for a track car. B, way cleaner shell, hasn't been thrashed, you know, like who's going and thrashing an automatic diesel?
Yeah,
like,
I was literally
clean.
about just to confirm that LX means diesel.
And yeah, like everything, your car, you look down your doors, you got a side molding goes the entire way up your doors.
Oh, yours
My
doesn't.
car doesn't.
Oh.
So it's just little things like that.
Is that molding just on the flat door, or the door's different?
No, they're actually punched in, not like 100. 100 when you remove them has about a 4 or 5 mil actual divot in the door. These aren't as bad, but you take them off, you're gonna know. But these have all been shaved.
Yeah,
and
that looks. Oh, yours has been. Yours has been
and
modified.
Yep.
Oh, so yours probably had. So yours probably had the things, and they've just been
they've
deleted.
Been filled. Same as those. It did have those, but they were deleted as well when he did the venting. Just little things like that people don't. It doesn't
necessarily
stand
pick
out.
on.
It's not glaringly obvious, but when you notice that there's no side moldings on it, you're like, oh shit, yeah, okay. Just little stuff like that. That's just a little weird and different that I love about the car.
Yeah. So was yours? Does that mean yours was solid rear axle then, or no?
No.
Because wasn't some of the 90s diesel 90s solid rears?
I believe so, but this was pretty much exactly the same as a JZX. They just got a lot weaker rear cradle and a lot weaker axles. This has all been converted to JZX stuff.
Yeah.
Same as the front end. Everything's out of like 100 or a 90. You know, good diffs, solid bushes. There's no rubber mounts underneath this car in any way, shape or form. Even the exhaust is literally bolted to the chassis.
Yeah.
There's no rubber mounts, no nothing. It doesn't move.
It is fairly rough when you rear it. You can tell it's very race car like. Where I'm trying to err on the side of comfortable with good power, not as good. So you've gone heaps of power, not very comfortable.
Yeah, it's a lot more comfortable now than what it was when I bought it. With the new MCA suspension that I've got, it's a lot softer, but it's still rough. It's still nasty. You know, people are like, "Oh man, I get shaken around all the time," but
it's fun. It's fun like it is.
Oh yeah, it's super fun.
Yeah.
And the looks you get in this car is just, it's mind-blowing how many people, even people that I guess probably don't really know cars that much, that are staring at it all the time and giving you the thumbs up.
So when you pulled in this morning, Princey was here and he was like, is that a V8? Like he thought it was a V8 because it has such an angry cam in it. So yeah, very cool. And it's cool to have the two cars here side by side. I'm very envious of your rear quarter panels being straight. Mine have the outways. Does sound good, but definitely need to get my rear quarter panels fixed. And yeah, I'm undecided, guys. What do you reckon? Should I stay white, or do you guys think I should go a different color on the jzx90? I'd love a black one, to be fair. The black does look good, but then again, you can kind of go whatever color with these things.
But if you have a look, like if you shine from here, look at the bonnet, the car's not black, it's actually brown.
Oh.
It is, like it's a very dark brown.
It's black.
But
it is slightly, it's not black, but it's close enough to black where mine's white. I don't know, guys, let me know what color. I definitely don't want to stay with white. I want it to be a funkier color, that's for sure. I don't want to be like off the wall. I don't want it to be pink or any real bright colors by any means, but I definitely think a different color would be cool on this thing. All right, so the other cool thing that Brett bought me along, bought it off one of his mates, but this is something good, guys. Clutch pedal and clutch master. So on that note, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this one up. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy the JZX content. I'll definitely be more of it coming. Should have manifold here next week. I'm talking with guys about turbos on Friday. Be ECU time and all that sort of stuff before we know it, guys. So yeah, thank you for watching. Keep positive. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's vlog. Peace out. See you later.